This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. I'm Gary Dick. An Indianapolis-based startup that has developed stainless steel tableware for families and lunch trays for schools is continuing to grow its national presence. Ahimsa, founded by Indianapolis pediatrician Dr. Manasa Mantravati, was featured this week on The View and just last month began selling its products on Target's website.
So far, everything has been going well. People are finding us, people are purchasing us. I think a lot of people gifted us for the holidays.
Tickets for next week's college football playoff national championship game between Indiana University and the University of Miami are a hot commodity, fetching eye-popping prices just for those hoping to get into Hard Rock Stadium. The get-in price for tickets to the January 19th game is just over $3,200. By comparison, the get-in price for last year's title game between Ohio State and Notre Dame was a little more than half that amount. Purdue University has announced a 5-year partnership with Google Public Sector centered on artificial intelligence-enabled education, as well as accelerating AI innovation and expanding workforce development. Google Public Sector is a division of Google launched in 2022, designed to help U.S. public sector institutions, including educational institutions, accelerate digital transformations. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech. Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader. State Representative Rob Green of Shelbyville is again looking to support longstanding family farms in Indiana.
Last year, the Republican representative introduced a bill that would provide greater protections for farms that have been in the same family for many generations and make it far more challenging for local governments to seize those properties through eminent domain. The Hoosier Homestead Program was created in 1976 and recognizes the contributions of Indiana's farms that have been in the same family for 100, 150, and 200 years. Green estimates that there are between 3,500 and 4,000 farms with that designation. His bill passed unanimously in the Indiana House last year but stalled in the Senate. After Green introduced his bill, he says he and his staff heard from many Hoosier homestead farm owners throughout the state who shared how local government entities had tried to seize part of or all of their farmland through eminent domain. That's why Green has filed House Bill 1105, which is similar to last year's bill, but he says protections for those farms come about in a different way. The bill increases the purchase value of a Hoosier homestead farm so that it is the greater of 200% of fair market value or replacement cost. Green is asking that those who own a Hoosier homestead designated property who have been impacted by their local government to contact him and his office. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The president of the Knox County Chamber of Commerce is assuming the top leadership role at the Indiana Chamber Executives Association. Jamie Neal has been named president and executive director of the statewide organization. She replaces Shelley Williams, who has held the position for some 25 years. Another historic building at French Lick Resort is coming back to life in a modern-day revival. The Billiard and Bowling Pavilion, located just a short walk from West Baden Springs Hotel in the Hotel Gardens, is opening its doors to guests for the first time in more than 90 years. It is the only building on French Lick Resort grounds that had not undergone a modern renovation. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.